All right, we are here about to do Panther Creek Falls, but not the normal way. We're actually going to be coming in from the east from Yonah Dam Rd. Took a little bit to find this place. Actually had to double back and nothing seemed right. There's no real sign to get down here. So, gotta look for a little sign that says church, turn off to the left and you're good. Popular fishing spot. Okay, there's a lot of confusion when you cross that footbridge. You actually want to go straight and climb the little wash and take the immediate right. I didn't want to film a lot down there. There were a lot of people camping and stuff, and you never know how people react. So, but yeah, this is Panther Creek Falls coming from the east. So it's supposed to be a lot harder than coming the other way. We're gonna find out. Lots of fishing going on down there at the creek, and some camping, and some students came in, and some buses. So I don't know if they're gonna hike up here or what they're planning to do, but we're gonna see how far we can go. We're basically just hugging the creek side here, coming off this ridge. Leaves are starting to really fill out, which is good. This takes us this trailhead takes us almost into South Carolina. We're right on the edge there, and a little hard to find. Right off the bat, this is fairly unkept. This side of the creek is just it's not accessed very much, so not relative to the other side. So there's a lot of stuff overgrown, of course, and debris and pollution, unfortunately. But somebody sprayed, actually, I thought that was a tube. Somebody just sprayed it. So your blazes are just graffiti, more or less, which is a shame. But something about these makeshift blazes that look almost barbaric. It really takes away from the enjoyment of what should be a beautiful trail. I mean, I'm sure they thought they were doing something nice, but all it takes is a blaze. It doesn't take all this graffiti to mark a trail. People are dumb. Trail gets really narrow as you go up the side of this slope. This trail just doesn't get the maintenance a lot of the other stuff, or the traffic that the other side gets. But here we are at a footbridge, so I wouldn't recommend this coming this way with kids. Camera's not doing that justice. The last 100 yards, been quite a bit of scramble. Even right here, you got to pull yourself, watch your footing, because the trail's not very wide. You can see I've got to go through this brush. It's beautiful though, just tough. Yeah, that was a bit of a scramble. It brings us under this overhang here. It's a little wet. Water coming up from up there. But it's beautiful. But you really got to watch your feet. I slid right back there. It's a much tougher trail than the other side for sure. So just watch it. When you come this way, you can see I've got to go across this rock here that's all cambered. Alright, we just came up this mess. Now we got some guardrails of sorts. Got some cable here. Keep you on the trail. Much like the other side has. Panther Creek Falls Trail. But Yeah, this is not simple by any stretch. Lots of mosquitoes in the air, but I think I've only gotten bitten maybe once, so that's good. Yeah, you gotta keep scrambling though. Got some nice trail now. And we got a snake. Gotta keep my eyes peeled. I just heard him, but I can't see him. Well, I would have bet money that there was a snake back there, because I heard a rattle and it was kind of reactionary. I had taken a step and it rattled for a second and stopped real quick, like abruptly. But I smacked all through the leaves in front of me as I came through and didn't see anything. So either he's being real still or he only exists in my head, which is probably most likely the case. We haven't had much like that really. Some short stuff that you could step over, but that's the biggest so far. It's really opening up out here. The trail gets really nice after a while. It's opened up really nice out here. Some big trees. Creek is way down yonder. This is a long climb. Not real long, but longest one so far. Now I don't think we're done. But this runoff splits here. Part of it goes down the trail and some of it's going out this way. So you got to kind of walk around it. It gets a little mucky down at the bottom, but we got to keep going up. We get up over this rise. I think down the other side will take us to the falls, so we'll see. Just past two ladies. They were giving me some tips on a blowdown up here. They said you'll be tempted to go up and around it, so you definitely want to go down. So that was nice. I told them there might be a group of students coming that way. Just really wasn't sure if those Wesleyan kids were coming or not. Past a group of young fellas. Looks like I'm at the top of the ridge. When you get on the ridge, you still got a ways to climb. It's fairly steep, so be prepared for that. Now we're going through some little pine area, and yeah, we're kind of up on top of this ridge. There's another one over there, it looks like, and we should be start descending a little bit. Take us around down to where the falls are. So you can hear the water down there. We started a descent, and you can see where wash has been coming in here a little bit. So we're about halfway down a descent here. You can kind of see the slope if you look. That tree's straight. So hear the creek down there to our left. I think the main creek is going to be over to our right, but there is a creek to our left. You can see down there if you look through the trees. You can see some babbling brook. So yeah, this is going to be fun coming back, because this is a pretty steep descent. So it goes up, goes down, right, back and forth. All right, meandering our way. Creek's starting to pick up some steam down there. That reminds you a little bit of Chicopee right here when you start getting down close to the creek and it tightens up. And got some bees flying around. There he is. Yeah, you actually have to sit down to get off of that. And this has got some muddy stuff. So, yeah, it's just not going to be cool. I got to get across, so here we go. So we're kind of in a gorge, if you will, or a hollow here, and making our way down. There's blow down on each side. So far it's been doable without any real trouble, but It is treacherous. You gotta watch your feet in some places. Rock face over there. And then down at the end here you can see water cascading in the big creek down there. So presumably Panther Creek. So we should be getting pretty close to our waterfall. Really opens up under here too. Stop and talk with WS a minute. He writes hiking guides. He gave me a CD of his hiking guides. He's out here mapping this trail a little bit. Might put it in his guides. He said it started back in the 80s with a wildflower club, and he's kind of just maintained it ever since. So he's out here hiking. He has a bunch of maps for the Toccoa area, so that's really cool. That's the river there, of course, on the state line with South Carolina, not too far from here. And so you're talking, you know, the Bartram area, maybe somewhere out in that area. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, we're right here at a little drop right there. Probably more of a cascade than you could call it a falls, though it's probably not quite 10 feet tall. Okay, here we are at the top of that little cascade. And there's another one here behind it. We go out on this rock outcropping here. Nice. Clearly, we go this way. Trail does a lot of twisting and turning, a lot of roots. It's one trail that pays to have hiking sticks. They do help. This looks like our blowdown he was talking about. Don't go that way, they said. He said go down to the beach. I don't see a good spot to creep along there. I'm going to try to go through it here and then go down. See how that does. Okay, I think this is what he meant by the beach, because he was coming my way. So coming back, we'll want to come back through here and then work our way up. Not easy. Not easy being cheesy. But at least it opens up a little bit out here. Well, it's not easy, but if you come on across the sand, you'll get to the, presumably, the trail proper. At the very least, you'll get out of that mess and find your place, find your way along a better place for sure. But really beautiful down here. Back on the trail proper. Lots of rhododendron. You can actually hear rumbling, but also knocking occasionally. The water must be tilting a boulder in there. You could actually hear, I heard about 3 or 4 knocks, like doom, 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 doom. It's amazing the power the water has. Getting close, we got maybe some campers or just loungers here. Make our way. Okay, the campers are right around the corner. So much of this trail does this. You gotta climb and scramble up to the ledge to get back to the trail. It just gets kind of out of control. Got some loungers here. Falls are right around the corner, so we'll be quiet as we make our way over, but there's our falls. And there we are with our people up at the top. We've been here before, of course. I don't know what it is about oranges. It's always an orange sitting on a rock. I say always, I've only been here twice. Well, we've been here before. Beautiful spot. We came in from that way. That's a hard way to come into this hike. It's not easy the other way either. A lot of people come that way, but it's got its share of dangerous spots. But coming this way is not for the kids. It's just a hard hike. Mainly because it's narrow. and you could fall so easily, especially kids. So anyway, just ate me a snack, getting ready to get out of here, start heading back. There's our campers as we're heading back. Well, the markings on that tree, so it does get its share of traffic. I hear somebody talking, so I assume I'm going to come upon some campers. And here we are. Probably our Wesleyan kids. Their guide is giving them some pointers, I guess, and some instruction over there. Makes an old man feel pretty good, seeing that this is as far as they've gotten so far. Oh. Yeah, so I nearly fell. Talking into the camera. Anyway, Wesleyan group is right through there. Getting ready to head to the falls. Presumably we'll camp there, I don't know. Alright, so I went back to them and to let them know about the blowdown and how to get through it. Turns out one of their guys had already been up through there to scope it out, I guess. So, I didn't want them to get there and be like, oh no, what do we do? Or alright, back at this cascade here. Then we got to make our way up this thing. Luckily it's kind of stepped a little bit for us. But not too bad. You won't be scared by something suddenly moving. Turkey's a good one to do it. He just flew over there and lit up on the hillside there. You can see them big old wings. And I thought, well, maybe it's a buzzard. But then, the way he was flying, you could tell it was a turkey. So, he's right up in there somewhere. Probably can't see it through the trees, but way up here on the top, and you can look down, there's the creek running. Still making our way back to the parking lot. These flowers. So all the spray painting markings, spray painted markings and stuff we saw coming in, and after about a mile or so. So that's about the last one you'll see right there, which is good. I don't know if they ran out of paint or ran out of resolve, but they stopped, which is good. Well, we made it. We're back at the parking lot, back at the bridge. Old Red over there waiting on us. Got our folks fishing here. Beautiful river. Really is. Talked to those folks camping and some other folks fishing. And got had three trout there. It was cool. She's trying to get some more. She said, I gotta share with him. The fellow that was fishing with her, so they must have had some kind of deal. We'll go fishing, but we're splitting everything. Back at Old Red. And there's my spot, right where I left it. Oh well. So that's the church turnoff you need to watch for when you're coming to the East Panther Creek trailhead, because you will miss it. I did, because there's nothing here to tell you that that's how you get there. So just remember, when you're coming out Yonah Dam Rd, come on out, and that's your turn right there. So yeah, it was a pretty good hike. I don't know that I'd recommend it for everybody, just because it's just a tough hike. It's got a lot of steep side slope, a lot of really tight trail. It's a hard trail. It's not something I would recommend for just everybody. Certainly not for kids. You know, the payoff, just like the other side, is the waterfall. So that's really nice. But yeah, so that's Panther Creek Falls, I guess, volume 2, coming from the east. There you go. Yeah, so there's the hydro plant, the old Yonah Dam. Pretty cool.